ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. May my limbs, speech, vital force, eyes, ears, as also the strength and all the organs become well developed. Everything is the Brahman revealed in the Upanishads. May I not deny the Brahman. May not the Brahman deny me. Let there be no spurning of me by Brahman. Let there no be rejection of the Brahman by me. May all the virtues that are spoken of in the Upanishads repose in me who am engaged in the pursuit of the self. May they repose in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, I know that's it appears that it's a long mantra with a lot of prayers and whatnot. But it is one of the beautiful prayer. Now, if you see, every Veda, or rather every Upanishad is a part of a Veda. And based on the Upanishads, which is a part of the Vedas, based on that, the Shanti mantras, the prayer invocation or the invocation prayer will be depending. Now, the Keno Upanishad is part of the Samaveda, as I told in the last class. As a result, the Shanti mantra is Apyayantu Mamangani. Now, when you see the Shanti mantras, there are 5 Shanti mantras, and some say that there are 10 Shanti mantras. Traditionally accepted 10 Shanti mantras. Dasha Shantayaha, like that they say. Some are very natural in the sense very universal. Some are very universal in the nature, and some are very particular in the nature. Like for an example, Asatoma Sadgamaya. That is a very natural and a very universal prayer. It can be sung by anyone and everyone at any situation, circumstances. Now, Sahana Vavatu. Sahana Vavatu is a special prayer or a particular prayer which is done by Vedantic students. There, the teacher and the students, they are praying, let our study be fruitful. Let our study be meaningful. Let us understand each other. Let there no be any misunderstanding between us. There can be difference of opinion, but let there not be misunderstanding. So Sahana Vavatu is a particular prayer which is meant for Vedantic students, or which is used at the beginning of a study. Now, this Apyayantu Mamangani, if you see, the first half is an universal prayer in the nature. The second half is very particular prayer. Again, particular means the students of the Vedanta, the students of the knowledge pursuit, the Jignasus, they can chant or they pray here. And this Keno Upanishad is a part of Samaveda, and the Keno Upanishad comes in the portion called Brahmana, Talavakara Brahmana. So, Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishads. These are the 4 parts of the Vedas which we discussed in the last class. So, Brahmana comes, say, somewhat in the middle of the Veda actually. Middle of the Veda, but interestingly, Keno Upanishad is part of the Brahmana, not even Aranyaka. So that means it is the part of Brahmana. The name of the Brahmana is what? Talavakara Brahmana. That's why it is also called Talavakara Upanishad. So its another name, traditional name is Talavakara Upanishad. Now, when you see the nature of this Keno Upanishad, then the question might come, why then are you saying Keno Upanishad? Because the sloka or the mantra or the Upanishad starts from Keneshitam Patati Manaha. So it starts from Kena, the word Kena. That's why this Upanishad is named after Kena, the word Kena, by whom actually. So that's why it is called Keno Upanishad. Now, if you see the Prashna Upanishad, if you remember, there we had a 6 disciples, names we know, and 1 guru. No, so don't misunderstand or conclude that with 6 gurus, 6 students, 6 gurus. No, 6 students and 1 teacher, Pipilada was there. Now, so there was a question and answer format. One question and the rest of the chapter was an answer. So it was in a question and answer form. That is the nature of the Keno Upanishad. Now, sorry, Prashna Upanishad. Now, the Keno Upanishad is in the form of Samvada. Samvada means what? Discussion. Now, the Samvada word itself is a beautiful word actually. Vada means debate, argument. But most of the time, this Vada becomes heated argument. I am right. You are wrong. So all my arguments I will be trying to prove that I am right and you are wrong. So that's a heated argument. Vada most of the time. Samvada means what? It is mutual understanding. So here the intention here is only to know the truth, not to prove that who is right. So that's the difference between Vada and Samvada. So the Keno Upanishad is in the form of Samvada. So it is a matured intellectual discussion, we can say, or the person who wants to experience the truth, who wants to know the truth, who is interested in knowing the truth, such people are discussing about the ultimate reality or the truth. Okay. Now, this Keno Upanishad has got 4 chapters, which is called here Khanda. Khanda means Adhyaya or chapter, and which has got 35 mantras. Okay. So what is Upanishad? We have seen already. Now, the Shanti Pata. So every Upanishad has got peace chant. So at the beginning and at the end, generally, traditionally, they do the peace chant. Why? To remove all the unseen obstacles and seeking the divine's intervention, the blessings of the Guru, blessings of the God, Supreme Self, or whatnot. Okay. Now, with giving this introduction, now we shall go to the Shanti Mantra, Apyayantu Mamangani. As I told you, first half of this Shanti Mantra is very universal in nature. And the second half is particularly, it is pertaining to the students of the Vedanta. Okay. Apyayantu Mama Angani. Okay. Apyayantu means what? May they be nourished. So it comes from pya dhatu, pya. Root word is called pya. Pya means to fill, to satisfy. So apyayantu means may they be nourished. May they be nourished. Okay. May they be nourished means who are to be nourished here? They means who? They means it's a pronoun, isn't it? So may they be nourished, you are saying, Swamiji. Who is this they here? Okay. Mamangani. Okay, okay, my dear, you are asking who is they. So they means here what? Mama angani, mamangani. My limbs, my organs of the body. Hand is an organ, leg is an organ, eye is a sense organ, ear is a sense organ. So my body parts, my organs of the body, my body parts. So may they be nourished means what? May my body parts or the body organs may be nourished. Okay. Okay, so the body parts, you are saying that, is there any particular body parts? Is there all body parts? Is there any thing? So the author or the Rishi is giving the list. So what are these organs? First, Mamangani, Vak, Prana, Chakshu, Shrotram. Vak. Vak is what? Speech. It also includes tongue. So which is both Karmendriya and Jnanendriya. There's only one sense organ which is Karmendriya and which is also Jnanendriya. Now Jnanendriya, how? We get the taste from the tongue. How the Karmendriya? Because of the speech. Okay, so this vak is what the speech. So the speech, the tongue, the speech may be well nourished. Then prana. We have seen in the Prashnopanishad the glory of the prana, how it is important, how it is center for existence and all. So may the prana, the life breath or the vital force may be nourished. Okay. Cha and also chakshuhu. Chakshuhu means eyes. Now, this eyes also includes its function also. What does this eye do? It see, it look, eyesight, isn't it? May the eyesight be clear. So similarly, when I say speech, may my speech be good, let it be clear. Communication skill is very important. Oh, that Swami takes a class on Vedanta, but he doesn't take well. He doesn't know how to communicate the truth. So it is very boring. So communication skill is very important. And sometimes students ask questions we don't understand. I have to struggle, or we have to struggle what they are asking, what do they mean? So for both of us, either the teacher and the student, communication skill is very important. We have to communicate properly. For that, the power of speech is important. So the vak includes the power of speech. The prana is a vital force, and the breathing, all these things. And 5 functions we can remember. Now, chakshu. Chakshu means eyes and also the eyesight. Then shrotram. Shrotra means what? Ear. May my both ears be good. Otherwise, I have to use earphone, or sorry, what do you say, the ear instrument. Recently, one of the old devotee, a senior devotee, she was complaining. Swamiji, because of my old age or advanced age, I am not able to hear. I said, you are blessed. I said, then she was asking, she didn't expect that reply from me. She stared at me and she was in doubt whether am I mocking at her or what. Why? Then I said, no, because we don't want to hear many things and we are hearing and we are getting distracted. If you don't hear, you know distraction. So you always meditate, you can do japa or whatever, because all of your responsibilities are been clear over. But she made an interesting comment there. Yes, Swamiji, you are right. I am not able to hear many things. I am less distracted. But if I want to hear some good things, that also I am unable to hear now. So buy one, get one free again. So I am not able to hear bad things, no doubt, but I'm not able to hear good things also. That's where I'm perturbed, I'm concerned. So here, may my ears be healthy and may hear good things. May I see good things. So hearing, eyesight. May I see always good things. And let me, the power of hearing be good, and let me hear always good things. So when I do see good things, when I hear good things, what happens? I will start doing good things. Because seeing and hearing is creating an impression, samskara in my mind, which will act as a propelling force for my actions. I keep on seeing a chocolate, I get tempted that I should eat a chocolate. I'm seeing daily God, I might be tempted to worship. I'm hearing a good music, my mind becomes calm. I hear some disturbed pop music, I feel like dancing, jumping, or whatnot. Isn't it? Okay. So, Chakshushrotram atha means here, and also Bhalam Indriyani cha Sarvani. So, Sarvani Indriyani. So, let all the sense organs, I have given the list here. Now, all the sense organs, all the 5 sense organs of action, 5 sense organs of knowledge, let all the sense organs be healthy, may nourish. Sarvani Indriyani Bhalam Apyayant. May the power of all the sense organs may be nourished. Now, when I'm studying this, I got a doubt. I got just a query, a silly question. Now, say for example, in those days, probably all youngsters, because in the Gurukula, all the young chaps used to be there. Young chaps used to be there in the Gurukula. So let my sense organs be nourished. Let my sense organs grow. That makes sense. Now, in the most of the ashramas or in the monasteries or in the churches, we get only old people or advanced aged people. In their cases, there is no nourishment actually, there is no growth. Then how this apyayanto mamangani can hold wood? Then probably let it be healthy, let it them have that power, let it not diminish or whatever. So if for the young people, let it grow properly, develop properly. If that is for old people, let they be advanced aged people, let it be healthy. That's how we can take it. Okay. So, till now, it is the general prayer. Now, we all want good health. All of us, we want good health. For an example, if I ask, oh, my dear, why didn't you attend class today or yesterday's class? Swamiji, I had a headache, or I was not keeping well, I was not doing well, or I had a running nose, something. So if we are well, then itself coming to Vedanta class is very difficult. And if we are not well, we get a beautiful, what you say, excuse to not to attend the class, not to do meditation, not to do good works. We can take easily, very conveniently, we can take an excuse. Oh, I'm not well, so let me give a holiday for meditation or for my spiritual practices or for Vedanta class. Okay. Now, so that's why in the Upanishad say, Sharira Madhyam Kalu Dharma Sadhanam. So the first dharma, the first duty is what? Maintaining the body, taking care of the body. Because body is the instrument for all my success, for all my achievements, either in the mundane achievements or the spiritual achievements. So the body is the primary instrument, so it has to be taken care well. In the Upanishad says, okay. Now, second part, Sarvam Brahmopanishadam. I think one more interestingly, and why they have started the prayer with a walk, speech. I was thinking, why is there any connection? Is there any important reason? Why they have started only the sense organ, walk only? Why not others? Why? Because the walk you can control actually. For example, you are going in a bus. Whether you want or not, you can close your eyes. Now, whether you want to hear or not, you can keep the earbuds or whatever. But when I'm traveling in the road, I cannot close my eyes and I cannot walk because I don't want to see some scene. I cannot put some clothes and I cannot drive and all. But whereas speech, if I'm interested, I can speak. If I'm not interested, I need not to speak. So I have got a control. I have got an exercise of control on this speech. But unfortunately, we don't exercise our control. We keep on talking, and we lose our prana shakti. That's where in the Bhagavatam, there is a statement, Yogasya Pratamadvaram Vang Nirodhanam. The first step of yoga, the first step of spiritual practice is what? Controlling of the speech. Controlling of the speech means what? How much ever is required, whenever is required, let me speak, otherwise not. This is what tapas in the Shraddhatra Vibhaga Yoga, I think, in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there are three types of tapas. Kaika tapas, Vachika tapas, and Manasika tapas. Krishna says, Sharirika tapas, austerity at the level of physical level. Vachika tapas, austerity at the level of speech. And Manasika tapas, austerity at the level of mind. So Vachika tapas. So if you don't have that Vachika tapas, then understanding the things, comprehend the highest realities will be difficult. Yogasya pratama dvaram Vang Nirodhanam. So that is from Bhagavatam, I suppose. Yogasya pratama dvaram Vang Nirodhanam. Okay, so that's why Vak has been told initially in the Upanishad. That is what my understanding. And also important, and also see prana also. Without prana, no life is possible, isn't it? That's why that is also. And if you see in the pranayama, in Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Hatha Yoga Pradipika and all, by controlling the prana, we can control the mind. By controlling the prana, we can awaken our Kundalini Shakti. By controlling the prana, regulating the prana, we can get psychic powers like Ashtasiddhis among them, one or two or few. So that's where the prana is very, very important. Okay. Now, Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. So the Brahman, which is taught in the Upanishads, is everything. Means what? All this is Brahman is declared in the Upanishads. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Everything is what Brahman. Sarvam, everything is what Brahman. That's what the Veda mantra says. We have heard that. The same idea has been told in this Sarvam Brahmopanishadam. The Upanishad which is declaring that Brahman, what is Brahman and all. So everything is what that Brahman. So there is nothing else other than Brahman. So what do you mean by this Brahman? Brahman means there's nothing else other than consciousness or awareness. I'm seeing the matter, I'm seeing a world, I'm seeing the sun, moon, table, mobile, laptop, body, so many things. Yes, it is all because of my sense organs and the mind. In reality, there is only consciousness and consciousness alone. That's where Swami Vivekananda says everything is sacred. There is nothing secular. Nivedita writes in the complete works introduction. Now onwards, whoever understands Swami Vivekananda's works, he will be able to understand that everything is sacred and nothing is secular. The same thing we can see in the Ishavasya Upanishad. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Whatever exists in this universe, either small or big, either atomic or macro, everything is what? Brahman and Brahman alone, the consciousness and consciousness alone. Now the question might come, well, this is what you are saying, you are making a judgment. You are making a judgment. Because everything is Brahman, you are declaring it. Yeah, it looks like that it is a judgment, but it is not so. Why? It is a matter of experience, and there are a number of people who have experienced it. Even as a young Naren mocked at his guru, teacher, Sri Ramakrishna. When Sri Ramakrishna said, everything is Brahman, I, you, the cot and the jug and the kettle, young Naren, he came out and he talking with his friend, one of his friend, he started mocking at it. Sri Ramakrishna is good, he's a nice person, but sometimes I think his nut and bolt gets loosened. I mean, sometimes he loses his understanding or mental stability. Why? Because everything is Brahman, he's saying this cart, kettle, and all whatnot. Nonsense. What nonsense? It is all bullshit. Then Sri Ramakrishna comes and asks, what are you speaking, Naren? Now, here's interesting is, Naren didn't tell a lie. He said, oh, you spoke all such nonsense. We were talking about it. What is that? Everything is Brahman, you told. That is what I mean. Sri Ramakrishna said, you don't feel that? Don't you say, don't you accept it? Naren said, no, it is absolute nonsense. Then Sri Ramakrishna touched, and with the divine touch and the blessings of the Guru, Swami Vivekananda started experiencing the whole thing is getting slowly. Whatever the palpitably he was experiencing the world, it slowly started getting dissolved into one thing. And afterwards, he was able to see everything is consciousness and consciousness alone. Then after some time, he started feeling that the world is like a dream like. So when we hear such incidents, when we read such incidents, so the Upanishad, the truth, we will get a testimony, we will get a clear, a confirmation that the Upanishadic statements are not mere hypothetical arguments. It is not any moral judgments unlike moral judgments, they can be experienced. So the rishis are not just they are making a statement, it is a matter of experience, or it can be experienced. So Sarvam Brahmopanishadam. And the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is Upanishadha Purushaha. Whatever the Upanishad is speaking, Purusha, that Purusha is what? Everything is what? In the Brihadaranyaka says. I think in the Mundaka Upanishad, some of you have taken a Mundaka Upanishad for some other group, some of you might have attended the Mundaka Upanishad class. There I was speaking. What is that? Brahma Vedam Amrutam, Purastat, Brahma Paschat, Brahma Dakshinat, Uttarena, and all it goes on. Means this immortal Brahman, which is in front of me, behind me, then sides, then above and below, everything is pervaded by Brahman and Brahman alone. In the Mundaka Upanishad, we have studied this mantra. So the same thing has been telling here. Okay. So Sarvam Brahma Upanishad. Okay. Now, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. So the guru and the teacher. So every sincere spiritual seeker has to pray. Ma aham. Ma aham. Ma means not, may not. Aham means I. Brahma nirakuryat. Brahma means the Brahman. Nirakuryat. Deny. May I not deny the existence of Brahman. When we hear this about this Brahman, oh, Brahman, it doesn't have any name. I mean, it doesn't have any form. It cannot be perceived by sense organs. It cannot be perceived by mind. It cannot be perceived by intellect. It is beyond time and space causation. It is beyond mind and intellect and the sense organs and etc. When you say it is a subject and it is not an object, immediately we say, or people might say, oh my dear, then it is better to say that it doesn't exist. Logical positivists in the 18th century, they started saying that metaphysics is meaningless. Why? It cannot be proven like a science experiment. For example, when I say that atoms exist, I can show you. You might use microscope or different instruments, but I can show you pinpointedly. You can also see whatever I say. But when in the case of metaphysics, in the case of spirituality, it is all hypothetical arguments. You say that consciousness exists. If I ask you to show, to prove, you cannot. So it is better to say that it doesn't exist. So many times we might land into that thing. That's why the sincere, the spiritual seeker is praying to the Lord or to the divine or to the cosmos or to its own mind. Say that, may I not deny the existence of Brahman. So, which is very, very important. Because it is a subject, it is a pure awareness, no doubt, but it cannot be denied. For an example, I will take an example. Are you aware of the existence of the mountain? For example, Croagh Mountain in the Ireland? Yes. Are you aware of the Mount Everest? Yes. Why? Because we have seen either physically or in the pictures. Okay. Are you aware of the existence of the ocean? Yes. Why? We have seen. Are you aware of the body, I mean, the parents and the relatives? Yes. Why? We have seen, experienced. Are you aware of your own body and mind? Yes. Are you aware of your own feelings and thoughts? Yes. Now, here, if you see, we are always speaking of aware of something, aware of ocean, aware of mountain, aware of body and mind, aware of my father, aware of my mother's absence or presence, aware of a mobile, its presence and absence. So we are always speaking of aware of something. So Upanishad is saying that that fundamental awareness is I am that. Without that, I can't understand and experience this whole world. So when I say I am that Brahman means I am that awareness by which I am aware of the entire world. So, but it can become very subtle. It cannot be very easily comprehensible, no doubt. We understand that, but I cannot deny that awareness. Why? If it is like saying that I don't exist, I cannot say that. He doesn't exist, she doesn't exist, or he's not there, she's not there. People can say, but no one can say, I am not there. To say that I am not there, I have to be there. Like someone is sleeping. What are you doing? Oh, I am in deep sleep. That means I am not. I may be lying down. I may be lying down on the cot or on the bed or on the easy chair. I might have closed my eyes, never mind. But if I say that I am in deep sleep, that means I'm not, I'm lying. So similarly, I am not there, no one can say. Neither scientist, nor the saint, nor the scholar, nor even the fool. So I cannot deny my existence. I cannot deny myself. That is what that I am. Only the difference is the Advaita Vedanta is asking the I is confused or mixed up with this body and mind. Remove that confusion, ignorance, and I am that pure awareness. So don't think that because Brahman is incomprehensible by body and mind, don't think that the Brahman does not exist. So, Maham Brahma Nirakuryat. May I not deny the existence of the Brahman. That means what? Let me have the faith in this suprasensual thing. Let me have the faith, let me have the conviction about this thing. Without conviction, we don't try. Okay. And in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also, beautifully it is there. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, you cannot see the seer of seeing. You cannot hear the hearer of hearing. You cannot think the thinker of thought. You cannot know the knower of knowing. It is a particular thing. So basically it is telling that the self cannot be known by anything because it is always the knower and it is never the known. In the Drukdrishya Viveka language, if you ask, it is always Druk and it is never Drushya. So it is always the seer and it is never the seen. So that idea has been told in this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Nadrushte, drashtaram pashye, like that it goes. Beautiful. Anyhow. Okay. Now the question might come, okay, Maham Brahma Nirakuryad. Let me not deny the existence of the Brahman, you are saying that. And Brahman cannot be understood or cannot be comprehended by body and mind, you are saying. That means you cannot understand by debate. You cannot understand by mind and intellect means, then why should you study Upanishad? Or why should you attend Vedanta class? Or why should we study scripture? It's an obvious question, general question, a sincere question. Why should I waste my time? Probably I'll go to a mall and enjoy the ice cream, or I'll go to a film theater and I will see the film. Why should I waste my time? So it is, why should we do this self-inquiry or Vedantic inquiry? It is only to remove the misconception which I am not. It is only to remove the ignorance. It is only to remove the misunderstanding. So there is no new attainment actually. There is no new achievement actually in the Vedantic study. It is only losing, losing, losing or giving up. What is that? Losing or giving up? Losing or giving up of misidentification, wrong understanding, wrong cognition. Okay. Mama Brahma Nirakarot. May I not deny the existence. Maham Brahma Nirakuryad, we understood. Now the interesting prayer, one more is Mama Brahma Nirakuryad. So in the vernacular language, if you merge it, Mama Brahma Nirakuryad. Mama means it becomes an uncle. Oh, let not the uncle deny me. Mama Brahma Nirakuryad. No, no uncle and aunties are here. Then Mama means what? So Ma means one is may not, the indeclinable. Ma, two times Ma is there. First Ma, that should be read, chanted separately. First Ma means indeclinable, may not. And the second Ma means me. Brahma Nirakarot. May not the Brahman reject me. I should not reject the Brahman, and similarly, Brahman should not reject me. No, there is only one Brahman, you say, then where are two Brahmans here? If I am the Brahman, then why this is prayer is? Because here we are taking as a spiritual seeker, as an embodied soul, as a Jivatma, or as a Jignasu. I know that I am that Brahman, but I have not yet experienced it, or my ignorance is not been removed. As a result, I am requesting, may not the Brahman reject me. It is also like Ishvara Krupa. Let the God not leave my hands. Or may chosen deity you can take, supreme self you can take, or the Atman you can take, or the God you can take, goddesses may you can take. Let them not leave me. Why? In Gita, if you can remember, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi, Mamamaya Duratyaya, Mameva ye prapadyante, Maya metam tarantite. This Maya, the power of illusion is being created by me, it is mine only. But it is very difficult to transcend, cross over. By my grace, you can transcend. That's why we are asking, Mama Brahma Nirakorod means what? I need your grace. I need your help. That's the one, Ishwar Krupa. Then, if you take that I am that Brahman, you can also think of Mano Krupa, which is very, very important. My Gurudev is to tell, you might get Guru's Krupa, that is the grace of Guru. You might get Ishvara Krupa, the grace of Ishvara. But if you don't have Mano Krupa, you cannot succeed in spiritual life. Mano Krupa means what? The grace of my own mind. I want to get up and meditate at the early morning. I am unable to meditate. My mind is not supporting me. I am want to study Vedanta more and more, but my mind is not interested. My mind is not allowing to study, is not encouraging. It is feeling boring or whatever. It wants to see movie. It wants to play. It wants to probably do all sense gratification actions, but not the Upanishads. So Manokrupa is required. So this Manokrupa also can be included here. One more thing I have seen, Guru Krupa also can be included here. One more thing I have seen in my life, which myself I experienced, without Shastra Krupa, we cannot study, come to Vedanta. In my earlier days, I wanted to study Upanishads or whatever. How much ever I try, I'm not able to. Either I'm not getting enough interest, or I'm not getting time, or if I sit, someone will call for some work and all. I was getting disturbed time and again. Then when I spoke with my senior, one of the senior monk, he said, probably there's an obstacle with you. Pray to God? No, pray to the Shastra, the scriptures. Pray to the scriptures, O Mother, Divine Mother or Mother Wisdom, please bless me so that let me study. And I prayed. Interestingly, afterwards I could study for a good amount of time, good length of time. So Shastra Krupa is also required. Yeah. That's why in, I think, Kaivalya Upanishad, there's a statement, Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana Yogat, Avihi. Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana Yogad, Avihi. Means approach the Supreme Self or the God or the Divine. Approach the Divine through faith, devotion, and meditation. Okay. So mama brahma nirakarot anirakaranam me anirakaranam astu. Let there no be rejection of me by Brahman. The same thing. Okay. The same thing, the same idea has been again told. That's all. Anirakaranam me astu. So anirakaranam astu means let there no be rejection of me by Brahman. So let the Brahman should not reject me. Anirakaranam me astu. The second prayer is let me not reject the Brahman. The same, whatever we have said. Maham Brahma nirakuryat, Mama Brahma nirakuryat. The same idea has been told again. So it has been repeated to give the stress, to give the importance or whatever. And also here we can think, let my study, let my Vedantic study, let my meditation, let my spiritual practice be consistency. Let it be consistent. Let it be dedicated. Let it be regular. Let it have include qualitative and quantitative also. All these things can be included in this Anirakaranam astu, Anirakaranam me astu. I should not reject the Brahman means what? Let me be serious in my spiritual life. It is not a casual approach. It is a serious approach. It is with dedication, with a commitment, with sincerity. Oh, scriptures has said, my guru has said, or XYZ has said, I am doing it. I mean, which makes me very quite interesting. When I was in Alsur, which I joined in the Bangalore, in one of the question answer session, one fellow got up and said, Swami, I don't have any question, but I want to tell one thing, or I have got a point to be told, stated. People, everyone were, I mean, the way he started telling, speaking, everyone were interested, and they were, everyone looking at him, what he is going to tell. He said, Swami, I don't understand your Vedanta, and I don't understand most of your classes. But I come every retreat, spiritual retreat, bi-monthly retreat used to be there. One day, 2 months, every 2 months, one day retreat used to be there. And I don't miss even one retreat. I come very regularly. I don't understand your speeches, but I come regularly. Why? Because you provide very tasty, delicious food. And he was very clear. And he was shamelessly he told, I am coming to the retreat just to enjoy the delicious food. Everyone laughed at it. No doubt. It can happen many times. Many times when we were small, we used to go to temple in a Kartika Masa. Kartika Masa comes in December. Now imagine December is a cold time. But unfortunately, there's a time where they used to give everyday sweet pongal. And morning, early morning, 5 o'clock, we used to get up, have a bath, and we used to go to temple carrying a cup. Why? Not to God. Maybe we go and we do one pranam to God, no doubt. But we were going to get the pangal, sea pangal. I mean, that is the sweet pangal. It is very delicious. So like that, we can approach God for different reasons. We can go to monasteries or ashramas for different reasons or whatever. So that should not be our approach. And this all on the lighter side, fine. But our approach for spiritual practice, it should be very serious. It should not be casual approach. That is what anirakaranam me astu. Let me not reject the Brahman means what? Let me be conscious and let me have a quality practice. Because we all start studying gospel, studying Upanishads and all, in between we stop it. So many times we have started making meditation, and so many times we have stopped it, or we are doing it but it is not qualitative, quantitative or whatever. So all these things are required. Okay. Tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaste mai santu te mai santu. Swami, I have heard enough classes. This question I had asked for one of my monks or my pontiff or my Adyaksha Maharaj when I joined. He was taking Kathopanishad. At the end of the Kathopanishad, Isha Upanishad he took, Kena Upanishad was over, and Kathopanishad he started. Probably one chapter might have been over. Then I asked, Swamiji, you are taking classes, fine. We are supposed to attend, we are attending classes. Yes, because we don't have any other option. We have to attend classes here, fine. As a part of our monastic tradition, fine. But I have got only one question now. What is that? Whatever you told in the Upanishads, that is Isha Upanishad, whatever you have explained in the Kena Upanishad, now what you are explaining in the Katha Upanishad, the style is different, the narrative style may be different, but I feel more or less the same truth has been told time and again. Why to discuss time and again, and why you get bothered about having conducting class, and why should we also get up and come to class and all? Then he laughed at it and he said, yes my dear, you are right, but what to do? How many times we hear we are not able to understand who am I, what I am. That's why the acharyas or the rishis are beating us. Beating is what? Vedantic hammer. They're hammering our mind with a different type of narrations so that we may understand, we may get convinced. So to get more and more conviction, we have to study the same truth every Upanishad is speaking. Okay. So that's what it at the beginning of the Kathopanishad, this was my question. Now at the end of the Kathopanishad, there is a statement made that the Yama he, what do you say? He tested the Nachiketa, and Nachiketa passed the test, and afterwards Yama taught the Brahma Vidya or Atma Vidya. At the end of the Kathopanishad, we can see that Nachiketa experienced who am I. Then my question was to that Swamiji, then why didn't we experience? Before attending Kathopanishad class, I was Buddhu, and after attending Kathopanishad class, I am Buddhu. But whereas Nachiketa became Buddha, means enlightened one. Why it is? And he also again he laughed and he said, yes, my dear. Why? Because we have not yet ready. My mind is not ready. Your mind is not ready. We have not made ourselves ready, capable, fit. That's why we might get intellectual knowledge, but we are not able to experience it or remove the ignorance. So that same idea has been seen here. Tadatmani nirate ya Upanishadsu dharmaste mai santu. The Upanishads are speaking about the qualities. Dharma means here qualities. Now, if you remember in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 13th chapter, there are 20 qualities. Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Kshantirarjavam, Acharyopasanam, Shaucham, Stairyam, Atma, Vinigraha, like that. It goes 20 qualities in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I think. And 16th chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives 26 qualities which a spiritual person should have. So in the 13th chapter 20 and 16th chapter 26, these qualities, may I get it. Here dharma means qualities, may I get that qualities. Or you can, if you are in the Upanishadic language, in the Vedantic language, it is sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi. The fourfold qualifications, the basic fourfold qualifications, let me get, may I get it, so that I can experience the truth, whatever has been told in the Brahman. So, Upanishadsu dharmaha. So, whatever the dharmas, whatever the qualities which has been told by, explained by Upanishads. So, te mai santu, let me be repository of that. Means what? Let me imbibe it. let me assimilate it, or let me develop it. Let me impose, I mean, let me develop it. Te mai santu, te mai santu. May they repose in me, may they repose in me. Means what? I should practice it and I should assimilate these values. Shama, Dhamma, etc. We all speak. So all that values and qualities I may should develop. Repose in me means what? Let me develop and let me get established in those qualities. Without that qualities, we cannot that. So that's why morality and ethics is the basis of life, either for materialistic life or the spiritual life, worldly life or spiritual life. For any one of us, there is no option in the morality and ethics. That is the base, that is the foundation. So that means the Upanishad is asking, oh my dear, it is not mere self-inquiry, means it is not a theoretical knowledge like science, maths, biology, trigonometry and all. It is to be practiced. The Vedanta is not a theoretical subject to be thought over, to be studied over and all. It is to be assimilated. For that assimilation, the first and foremost is I have to develop the divine qualities. Daivi Sampat we speak in Bhagavad Gita. The divine qualities should be assimilated. Okay. Tadhatmani nirate means what? Nirate means what? Committed, sincerity, serious pursuement, you can say. Tad atmani. I am very committed in earning money. I am very committed in watching movie. I am very committed in eating. So may here commitment in what? None of them. Here commitment in what? Commitment in Atman. Commitment in Atman means what? Commitment in the pursuit of the self or the removal of the ignorance. Tadatmani nirate. Let me spend my time more and more qualitatively and quantitatively in the spiritual pursuits, in the Vedantic knowledge, in the Vedantic classes, in the Vedantic study or discussions. Why? I think Yoga Vasishta or Adhyatma Ramana says, Tat Chintanam, Tat Kathanam, Anyonya Tat Prabodhanam, Yetat Eka, Etatvancha Brahmabhyasa Vidur Buddha. Tat Chintanam. We should keep on thinking about it. Here, I mean contemplating, meditating, or whatever you can say, or studying, reflecting, you can say. Tat Chintanam, Tat Kathanam. You should keep on discuss anyonya with others. You should keep on discuss. We should keep on speaking about that alone. Tat prabodhan. I should reflect upon it. Etat eka. And this is the only way. This is the only path. Tad ekatvancha brahmabhyasa vidur buddhaha. Buddha means what? The intellectual people or wise people or the men of the intellect, the men of realized people are telling that this is the only way, the path to reach that Brahman. Brahmabhyasa vidur Buddha. Brahmabhyasa viduhu Buddha. So the Buddhas have told, the intellect people, the wise people have told, this is the only path to reach that self, to reach that reality. So tatatmani nirate, let me spend more and more my time in spiritual pursuit or in Vedantic pursuit or in the self pursuit. Self pursuit means what? Not the self with the body and mind, self with the consciousness or with the awareness. So tadatmani nirate, one should let us be committed more and more in the spiritual path or Vedantic path. Ya Upanishadsu dharmaha te mai sant. Whatever the qualities the Upanishads have spoken, let them get deposited in me. May I be repository of them. Te mai santu, te mai santu. Okay. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shanti. Now, why three times Shanti? I think most of you by this time you should be knowing that. Why? Shanti means what? Peace. Okay. Why? First Shanti is Adhyatmika Pratibandha Nirmulani. Adhyatmika Pratibandha, the obstacles of spiritual in nature. Here, spiritual in nature means what? Obstacles from oneself, because of my actions, because of my attitude, because of my perceptions, because of my ego, because of my lacuna known inside one, because of me, whatever the problems I am facing, let it be resolved. Let I be free from all these things. So Adhyatmika Pratibandha. So spiritual obstacles. Then the second type of obstacles is what? Adi Bhautika. I'm getting problem from my boss, wife or husband, children or parents, or neighbors, or some basically external agency, from the external agency. So let there be free, let me not be troubled from any external agencies or from the neighborhood or from the others external basically. And animals also can be included here, for example. Adi Daivika. The third one is Adi Daivika. So first is Adhyatmika, second is Adi Bhautika, the third is Adi Daivika. Adi Daivika means what? Let me not get tormented or disturbed by natural forces. For example, we recently everywhere we are seeing there are torrents of rain. In India, many people, many places we are seeing. US we saw. So there are so many times floods, there can be famine, drought, or COVID time, for example. So these like these natural disasters, natural problems we get. And celestial beings, we may get problem from celestial beings. So any spirits, from ghosts you can say, spirits you can say, celestial beings you can say, or natural forces you can say. Let me be free from all the obstacles. So one time, I think I have heard from the senior monk how it happens. One brahmacharin who was supposed to take the sannyas. The next day he was supposed to take sannyas. So the late evening, the previous day, because he had that inquisitiveness or that whatever the mind you can imagine, next day morning we are taking a monastic life for which he has waited and prepared himself for 10 years. So the next day morning he is going to have sannyas. So he was interested and he was quite enthusiastic and all. So but he was just at the late evening, he was just roaming in the Belur Math campus itself. So one senior monk, he saw, hey, why are you here alone? Go and either go and meditate or go and be in your room. He said, yes, but I want to just enjoy the time like this. He said, no, don't be out. Why? Because there can be any unseen obstacles. We don't know, because when you are taking a monastic vows means what? You are getting away from your amsha, that is progeny, or from that lineage, from your family. So many times the spirits, your forefathers, they don't want, they can influence your mind and you may get away, run away from the monastic vows, accepting the monastic vows. Or sometimes there are some celestial beings who may be jealous, who may be fearing that you might get punya and you may get take away their, snatch their, what you say, the chair, snatch away their positions. They may try to hamper you, tamper your mind and all. So it is better be in a prayerful mood and be inside, don't be outside. So like that, we have been told during our sannyasa time and all. So like that, many times we knowingly or unknowingly, we can be disturbed, tampered by unseen forces. That's why it is called Adi Daivika. So this is the Shanti mantra. So it's a wonderful Shanti mantra. One is praying for good health, the first part. The second part is what? Let me be committed and serious in my Vedantic studies or in the spiritual practice. So let me not reject the Brahman and let the Brahman not reject me. Means let me not reject the God or the Brahman and let the Brahman and God or the Supreme Self not reject me. Means what? I'm useless. Oh, is useless. It should not be. There is a Upanishadic statement. Whomever the Brahman chooses, he or she only can experience the Brahman. So if I am selected by the Brahman, then only I can. See the figurative sense here, we should not take literally. Basically, I should be sincere and I should be committed. Then I can be selected by the God or by the Supreme Self or by the Brahman so that I can experience it or I can reach my ultimate goal or a target or whatever. From that angle, basically. Now, the first mantra, just I will start and leave it. Keneshitam pratati केनेशितं पतति प्रेषितं मनः केन प्राणप्रथमः प्रैति युक्तः केनेशितां वाचमिमां वदन्ति चक्षुश्रोत्रं कौ देवायुनक्ति. The overall, what you say, the running meaning is like this. By whom is this mind directed, set forth? By whom does this vital force, the vital force, move? By whom the speech is impelled and the people speak or utter? Which shining power directs the eye and the ear? So basically they are asking the Deva, they use the word Deva. Deva means here the celestial being or the shining ones basically. By whom all these things are getting enacted. It's like mind is doing its work, Prana is doing its work, and the eyes and ears and all the sense organs of the body is doing their work. Who is propelling them? Who is forcing them? Who is providing the energy for them to work? Or by whom all of them are getting work? It is indirect speech here, passive speech. By whom all of them are doing their actions? That is what the basic question. So by whom all of them are performing their actions? That is what the question. Now, that is what the question, and the second, third, fourth mantras, by whom all these actions are being done, the Rishi gives an answer, and we will try to understand who is that by whom all these actions are being done. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Yeah, if you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Pranam Maharajji, Rajarshi. Yeah. So one question regarding the first part of the Shanti mantra. It appears like it is praying. So the seeker is praying for strengthening of speech, limb, vital energy, the senses. But as we know that Brahman is beyond the grasp of senses. So if these aspects become powerful as prayed by the seeker, then don't you think the individuality will become strong and we will be equally powerfully drawn towards the samsara, away from Brahman?
Okay, beautiful question here. Yes. Now, if you attach to your body and mind, if you attach to your body and mind and you strengthen your body, yes, as you said, you will get what you say, you will get carried over by all these things. Now here the Rishi or the seeker or the Vedantic seeker or the Vedantic student, Vedanta student along with the teacher, they are they are praying for the good health. Why? Because the body and mind, how much ever I say I'm not the body and mind, but the body and the mind is an instrument given by the God or the nature, the instruments through which we can achieve everything. So here the intention, we are asking for the good health. We are asking for the good health is why? Because so that I can pursue my spiritual life. As I said, I think, for example, now if I'm healthy, doing meditation is a bit challenging. And if I'm not well, and doing meditation can become Herculean task. Or probably it might not be possible. But if I have got a good health, then I don't have much excuses to say I'm not able to meditate. It is only we are praying for health is because so that I can pursue my spiritual practices. That is what the intention behind the prayer.
Okay, thank you, Maharajji. The second question I have, it may be irrelevant, but still I'll ask. This is like the last line, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So, like a seeker always has this burning desire to get some, to have the vision or to get some knowledge or to remove ignorance. So, can a seeker ever be in peace, although the seeker is praying for peace? Well, till the point you're a seeker, there should be this burning disturbance in yourself that I have to know this, I have to understand this. So, can a seeker stay in peace?
Yes, this is a
Or
beautiful question actually. Yes, it's a beautiful question. Now, a seeker can be really peaceful at himself. This is a interesting question actually. Now, there are very few things which we have to understand. Now, what should be the approach or what should be the attitude of the seeker? Now, probably the seeker can be contented with the external things. For example, I have got enough things for my bread and butter or for my survival. That is enough. So I need not to care much about it. So there in the external things, in the external achievements and other things, one can be contented. Okay, first point. Second is, okay, then what about the internal life? I have started my spiritual journey. I might have kept one or two steps, but can I be peaceful? Can I be calm, quiet, or whatever? So here, definitely no. Because I have not reached my goal, I cannot be peaceful. But that doesn't mean that I should be disturbed in the negative sense. They should be earning, that vakulata should be there. The vacuolita should be there, but it should not be disturbed from unnecessary things. This is the second point. The third, when we say Shanti, 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 peace, 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 here peace is what? May I be free from all these obstacles. May these obstacles dwindle down, come down, so that I can continue my spiritual practice or I can speeden up my spiritual practice. For example, I am traveling in the motorways. I can go 100 or 120 kilometer speed. But now when it comes to inbuilt roads, I cannot travel by more than 50 and 60 kilometers. And if I come into the estate, like where the residential complex, then it's only 30. Or there is nothing but the road is filled with the muds, pit holes and the stones and the thorns and whatever. Then I may be having the best vehicle, but my traveling will be lessened, speed will be lessened. Why? Because of the nature of the road. So similarly, when I'm asking for peace means what? May all these obstacles be maybe lessened so that my spiritual progress can be quickened. Means because there is no resistance or the less resistance, less obstacle, I can be happy or my progress can be go further. Otherwise, I am struggling to go up all these things, or probably I'm struggling to cope up with these things. I'm struggling to get away from these things. That itself will suck away, that itself can suck most of my energies. For example, when we start our spiritual lives, that's what it happens. One phone call, one message, simple message, one phone call, or a one word or one sentence of a person can disturb our mind. It can take for few days, which for few days I cannot sit and meditate. Or one food, because I went to outside for a party, I took some food and my stomach is disturbed. As a result, I cannot sit for meditate for few days. Or I have gone out to my relative house or to my friend's house, or I've gone somewhere, traveled because of my work or some commitments. I have traveled out, I'm not able to meditate. So little change, little disturbance in the external circumstances, I will not be able to continue my spiritual practices. That's how it happens at the beginning with most of us. But consistently, if you are trying and you are practicing your spiritual path and all, afterwards, you might go to your friends or relatives' house. You might go on business trip. You might go to a place where it is always, mostly it is in the midst of the cities with the hustle bustle and other things and all. But still, in spite of all these things, we can try to meditate. We will be able to meditate for a good amount of time. Now, how it was able to? Earlier it was not, and now I am able to. Why? Because now the whatever the external influences on my mind has been reduced. That maturity, that stability has come. Now, if these external noises are very less, then so much distractions, so much disturbance is less for me, so that then there is only internal disturbance. Earlier, why the people used to go to solitude and the forest? Because there is no external sound, there is no external distractions, there is no external disturbance, then you are bound to concentrate. Then when you start concentrating, then you will be able to know your internal disturbance, how much your mind is disturbing, how much your mind is jumping, how much your mind is creating noise, you can understand. Then you'll be able to control it. Now, oh, I'm okay. Now I want to sit and meditate. I'm sitting and meditating, and then in the neighbor house or in because I've got a shared room, my friend is playing a music. Now I am not able to say him or her, or he or she is doing something, or in the next house they are playing some music. I don't want to hear, but I'm meditating, but I'm helpless. So the external disturbances can hamper our spiritual progress. So here, three times Shanti we are asking, we are doing is what? May all these external and internal, seen and unseen obstacles may be reduced so that I can progress spiritual. That is what the peace here mean. But one more interesting, very sensible thing is, now a sadhaka who is sincere, who is committed and is struggling, he might have taken few steps. He might have progressed few steps. So he knows that he has not progressed well, he has not achieved the things and all. But however, some contentment, some positive mindset will be there, it should be there. That's the one point. Second is, the real sadhaka will be enjoying his struggle. In most of our cases, we don't enjoy our spiritual struggle and we take the spiritual struggle as a burden. So in the Patanjali, in the Yoga Sutra, he tells that one should have a positive mindset. So one should have a positive mindset to our struggle also. I'm trying to control my mind. I'm not able to. I'm trying to control my lust. I'm not able to. I'm trying to control my desire for eating or sleep. I'm not able to. That is the fact. Understandable. I'm also struggling. I'm also struggling. Few steps I might have achieved, but not much. But that struggle, that intense struggle, whatever I'm experiencing and all, but I am enjoying it. For example, you are, what you say, climbing the Mount Everest. When you reach the top, you take a photo, selfie or photo, and when you put it to the social group, when you come down, you will enjoy it, no doubt. But while climbing the steps, lack of oxygen, that biting cold, and whatnot, so many dangers we have to encompass. But can we enjoy it? That is a interesting thing which we all noted. So every step I am taking towards my goal, I should start enjoying it. Enjoying means what? I should be positive mindset. So that has to be developed. For that, we mean here Shanti or peace. Many times, what happens? We are struggling, no doubt. We are progressing sometimes. We are coming back. We are going front. We are coming back. These things are part of our journey, no doubt. But we take it as a cumbersome. We take it as a burden. I want to meditate. I have to meditate. I am trying it, no doubt. But sometimes, or many of the times, we have taken it as a burden. That's why we are all struggling. Once you start enjoying it, then the controlling of the mind during meditation will not be too difficult. Now, when we see cricket match, the same mind doesn't have any problem. When we watch movie, no problem. And if you are an artist, when you start drawing, painting, you don't have a problem. If he's a dancer, if he or she likes dancing, he or she is practicing dance, he or she has no problem. Now, I don't have a sense of music. I don't have a sense of art. Then you are drawing and I'm forced to sit next to you. I say, oh my God, what nonsense it is, how boring it is. You are enjoying it and you don't have a problem of concentration. It is a boredom for me, why I don't have that sense of taste. Now, when it comes to meditation, most of us have got a problem. We want to meditate. We are sitting to meditate, but there are two minds which is always doing dishum, which is quarreling. So once we start enjoying the spiritual practice will not be cumbersome, will not be a burden. That's what we can see in the gospel. Sri Ramakrishna tells a beautiful story when Narada meets three types of seekers. The first fellow asked, can you go and ask Narayana, when will I get mukti? He said, yes. When he asked Narayana, he said, maybe 2 or 3 lives. The second fellow was told 7 or 8. The third fellow was told million births. The first fellow, when he heard, what? I am such a sincere spiritual speaker, I am struggling and still have to wait for 2, 3 lives, then why should I leave everything? Then it is better to go and enjoy than anyhow after 2 lives I will get it. And he went back to the city, he went back to the place to enjoy the world. That means what? He was forcing his mind to do the spiritual practice. He had taken it as a burden, cumbersome. He was never enjoying his struggle. Or the third seeker, when he said, oh my dear, I fear to say this. The fellow said, never mind, please tell. He was sitting under a tamarind tree. You can imagine tamarind tree, how it is. It has got millions of leaves, small, tiny leaves. Narada says, Lord Narayana says, how many leaves are there? So many births you have to take, it seems. Then you will experience the God, you will have the Lord vision. Imagine, if any heart patient, he would have, massive cardiac arrest. But this fellow started clapping and jumping and said, after so many years, I will get Narayana Darshana. Why he was able to? Why he had that zest? Why he had that? Because he had a positive attitude and he was enjoying his spiritual practice. But anyhow, the story ends it. In no time, Lord Narayana appeared in front of him. Then he asked, what? After a million of lives you were supposed to come. Why did you come now? Lord Narayana said, my dear, I was testing you. See, this is an important lesson I understood from the Sri Ramakrishna's, that story from the gospel. We should start enjoying the spiritual struggles. So that's what I mean. What you say, Satkara Mana Pujita, like that in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, in the Abhyasa, that's one of the qualification they say. Uh, One is a long time, continuous and committed. The third is positive mindset or a zest, basically. So this is what when we say peace. And so I have not reached my goal, no doubt. I should have that restlessness, no doubt, but I should also start enjoying every moment of my struggle so that it will not be a cumbersome. So we have to be. There's a very fine line of difference between these things with a what do you say undisturbed mind, contentment, peace, and all, especially with the spiritual practice and struggles. So we have to understand. I hope I could make you understand Rajarshi to some extent.
Yes. Thank you, Maharaj. Wonderful explanation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maharaj, I have a question. That is, you were talking about the blessings, the Shanti mantra, uh, of which the first half is universal, and the
Mhm.
second part is for uh, Vedanta scholars.
Mhm.
Um, so I was wondering, what's the difference between the two mantras, and why is one not for the other?
Which two mantras you are saying?
You said there was a Shanti mantra, Guru, which
Okay, okay. Probably at the beginning I told there are two type of Shanti mantras. One are universal in nature.
yes, yes,
One
yes.
example, Asatoma Sadgamaya. It's a universal in nature. Okay. Now in this Shanti mantra, for an example, Apyayantu Mamangani, the first sentence, Apyayantu Mamangani, Vakpranas Chakshushrotram Balom Indriyani, that's a universal mantra. Means let my body, ears, nose, tongue, hands, limbs, legs, let every part of my body be healthy. That is a
Right.
universal mantra. Every one of us want. Okay. The second part is may not reject the Brahman. May I not reject the Brahman, and let the Brahman should not reject me. Then you say, I am not interested in the Brahman. What is this Brahman all of a sudden? I am not interested in this Brahman. But why should I chant? That means what? You are denying the Brahman. Means because you are not interested in knowing the Brahman. That doesn't mean that everyone should know the Brahman. Of course, Upanishad says that, but you might accept or reject it. That is up to you. So for you, it is not relevant because you are not interested in Brahman. Someone says that who is a devotional temperament, he says, "Oh, I don't want to know about your Brahman consciousness awareness. I am a devotee mindset. I am a devotee. I want to experience my Lord Narayana, God, maybe Jesus Christ, Narayana, or whatever, isn't it?" So basically, here the second part of that Shanti mantra, or it is particular. Particular means what? So let me not reject the Brahman, let the Brahman reject not me, means what? It is only for Vedantic students or for the spiritual seekers. Now everyone is not spiritual seeker. Everyone is not interested in Vedanta. Everyone is not interested in spiritual pursuit. Then for them, this Shanti mantra will not be any more relevant. So, in that sense, I have told some of the mantras are universal in nature, some of the mantras are particular in functional. In the sense, it applies or it is relevant to for few people. Few people means one who is interested in spiritual pursuit, one who is interested in experiencing the ultimate reality or the final truth.
Right. So, like, what exactly, like, is it a general rule for mantras, or is it like, for this particular mantra there are two types of um
No, rather I will put it like this. So we have got Shanti mantras,
yeah.
peace chants. Peace chants can be divided into two groups. One group is in universal in nature, generic in
Hmm.
nature. The other has got some particular functions. Or it can be probably holds good, or it can be relevant for few people. That's all I mean to say. So every
Right.
mantra should have no. So here the Shanti mantras have got this nature, I mean to say.
I see. Only the Shanti mantras.
Yes, yes.
I see. I see. And I had one question. Like, for example, you were saying that one part of the mantra is emphasizes on every sense organ being healthy. So I was wondering, since we humans, we have a mental model of the world from our senses. Um, is the mantra telling us to improve that perception, so that we can access the reality. I mean, we can access um, not the distorted reality, but the actual reality. Is that the
Yes, you are right. So I think I did mention this in the beginning, at the beginning, that so one is the superficial level or the surface level, the meaning or the literal translation of the prayer is what? Praying for good health.
hmm,
And when our sense organs and mind is in a good condition means what? So that I can practice the spiritual practices so that I can experience the ultimate reality. This is the second, one more meaning. The third meaning, as you said very clearly, when my body and sense organs and the mind, everything is well intact, so it can give the right understanding.
right?
Yes. So when my body and mind is healthy means what? It is in a good state. So it is a good fit instrument which will help to understand the reality or experience the reality. Yes.
Right. Uh, thank you, Maharaj.
Okay, then no more questions, I suppose.
Maharaj, one more question.
Mhm.
I just wanted to ask, like, how do we actually enjoy the struggle without getting demotivated?
There's no other option for us other than this struggle.
Uh, so that's the only way we fight back every time
Okay, that's the
with the.
one way of looking at it. The second way, someone asked, I mean, a few months before or long back, he said, Swami, you are saying that, okay, we believe in regeneration or reincarnation or rebirth, okay? And the Vedanta, your Vedanta is saying that why we are taking birth and death, why we are going on in this cycle, the cycle, the chain cycle of birth and death, because we are ignorant or our mind is ignorant. Then how can we break this cycle? By understanding who am I, means by experiencing who am I. Then what happens? Simply he said, one fool will be reduced in the society. And the real is what? Then you will not have any more birth and death. So you will be free person. Now, the question for him was, okay, now I struggle, I control my mind, I control my desires, I will not do the sense gratification and etc. Whatever you said, Shamadava and all. And I will do something, and somehow in this life or the next life, I will experience the Brahman or God. Fine. And that will be my last life. Say for God's grace or for a good understanding, this I struggled and I achieved it because I'm sincere and committed, whatever I take. And according to you, this will be last birth. Is it it? I said, yes. Then he said, your Upanishad says, Sokamayeta bosyam prajayeti. The Brahman thought, let me become many, and that's how we all came into existence. Now, okay, after maybe 10 years, 100 years, 1000 years, 10,000 years, the cycle, this creation got ended. A new creation was supposed to was to come, start. Then again, this Brahman or this Hiranyagarbha, this fellow, this rogue or whatever you can say, he thought, Sokamayata posyam prajayeti. Let me become it thought. And again, I came into existence. Now I didn't enjoy my life. And now again I have got to come and again I have to start my kindergarten classes. Now you tell me, can you assure me no more will happen this? Whether Brahman thinks Sokamas Bosam Prajayeti today or tomorrow after 100 years or million years, can you assure me that I will not come? I said, see, before assuring me, before assuring you, I've got one counter question. What was that? What is the other way out for you left out? What is the other alternative left for you? There is no other alternative left us. Whether you want or not, whether you're willing or not, process can be delayed, that's all. But that is the only way to end this cycle of birth and death. If you don't want any again. If you are interested, if you are go well with this, then no problem. If you this is all part of life, we have no problems. Means we will, the Vedanta says Tata bye bye, go ahead. Enjoy. We also need people. We also need like you more and more. Yes. So there is no other alternative. This is what the second thing. So there is no other alternative other than experiencing Vamai or the God. Okay. And the path is what? The Karma Yoga or Gnana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. Of course, I don't want to take Raja Yoga now. So these three yogas are the mixture of all these three things. So while doing this, there's nothing simple. There will be struggles, there will be ups and downs, and all these things. That's how the life is. Let me enjoy it. Because by enjoying it more and more, what happens? Then the tension will be, the stress will be lessened. For example, you were supposed to work for 8 hours in the spa. If you enjoy the work, the physical strain will be there, no doubt, but the mental strain will be lessened. If you don't enjoy, and if you're complaining, and if you're murmuring, and if you're doing the 8 hours work in spa, there's a physical strain, no doubt. There's a mental strain which will add to the physical strain. So, like this, thinking positively more and more, we can start enjoying the life, or we can enjoying the struggles. There are a number of people who have not come to this path, who have not heard about this path. They have not heard about any of these good things. By the God's grace, or by the Guru's grace, or by our elders' parents' grace, or by own my actions of the present life and past lives, I have come to this path. The first box has been ticked, and I am interested in the spiritual path. Second box is ticked. Third box is going to tick. I am started my struggles, or what do you say, practice or whatever. So I am blessed. So let me enjoy it. Let me understand it. Let me have cognizance about it, and let me continue it. So probably with this type of positive thoughts, one can develop the enjoying in struggles or whatever.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay, thank you. Good
Maharaj,
morning.
one
Maharaj,
question.
there is a great booster dose you have given to us.
Um,
We have
yeah,
That is, in India, it is one, and everyone is so eagerly listening. May we find something out of this struggle.
Yeah.
Maharaj, can I ask a question?
Mhm.
So the question is, you were talking about ending the ending of the cycle of birth and death. Um, that I was wondering, like, how does this state feel like? Like, how does it present in reality, like this particular state?
For that, you have to attend my Kenopanishad class.
Okay, okay, okay.
For that, you have to attend my Kenopanishad class regularly. Then you will understand how can I end this life, or what is that state called, the ending the life, or ending the cycle, or whatever. So in the
Yeah,
first introduction class itself, you will not get it. How much ever I explain, you can't get it. So you need some amount of inputs. So probably I suggest you to attend the class consistently, so that
right.
you'll be able to understand what is that state and how to attain it, etc. Yeah.
And another question is it like, I mean, this is a very like esoteric question, but like I just off my head, like like is like like the cycle of birth, it's really related to the cycle of birth and death. So when you sense that you're near death, for example, like your emotions are, are getting attuned to the fact that, I mean, you're closely getting to the fact of your own mortality. So at that point, like whatever you think, like you will know you're getting out of the earth, you will not experience this anymore. So if you want to cling to it too much, then maybe you come back again. And if you just leave everything, maybe you don't come back. Maybe it's something like,
It is not.
I'll just
It is not possible. Whether you at that given point of time, you will not have so much strength and time to think whether should I get cling or should I not get cling and all. Now I and you can discuss for hours together. At the
okay.
verge of death, you will not have the time and you will not have that energy to think all that. If you are
Mhm.
clinging to that, you will suffer and you will come back. If you are not
Mhm.
clinging, then you are a realized person, then you will not come back.
I see,
So
I
there are
see.
only two options. That's all. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Maharaj, can I ask a quick question if time permits? One small question.
Mhm.
This word Brahmopanishadam, so it's the Brahman of the Upanishads. So does this mean that the word Brahman was first used in the Upanishads, or it has an origin even before Upanishads?
No, no, no. I think you missed it. The Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. So that's the one sentence. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam.
Okay.
So Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam means what? Everything is what Brahman. Everything is Brahman.
Yeah.
Okay, there can be different explanations for that Brahman, isn't it? So that's why it has been, what do you say, told or added, cleared by Upanishad.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
Upanishads describe the Brahman. What is Brahman? And that is what we mean. Everything is Brahman means what? That Brahman which is discussed by the Upanishads is everything.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
you might tomorrow come with an argument or with your own explanation. What is Brahman?
Okay. Yes.
Isn't it? So that's what they're saying that. So they've added that adjective by saying that the Brahman as described, declared in the Upanishads. So everything is Brahma. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. So Sarvam
Okay.
Kalvidam Brahma has been told there. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Good night. Divine dreams.
Thank you, Swamiji. Pranam. Good evening to you.
Pranam,
Pranam.
sir.
Maharaj.
Mm.